What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to answer NFL Mailbag question on the possibility of Stefon Diggs being traded to the Houston Texans. Now, let's get into it, guys. So, before we get started, comment down below. Would Stefon Diggs with the Houston Texans be a great fit? Should they go for another receiver? Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, another free agent, or another trade option? Let me know in the comment section down below. But this video, to me, I kind of done before. I did a video right after the Bills lost. I did a video basically asking y'all, just covering is Stefon Diggs done with the Bills? And I kind of know the details of his contract already by heart since doing the video. So I'm gonna do that much research. I know what the Texans cap space is. I know what the Bills cap space is and stuff like that. So I'm gonna talk about the potential fit, the need of a receiver for the Texans, and also, some other possible landing spots if Stefon Diggs is actually traded. So let's get into it, guys. This video was asked of me to do by a Houston Texans. I might have said that wrong, but this video was brought to my attention by a Houston Texans fan. They sent me links. They sent me some pictures from the Pro Bowl and stuff like that, all from X, formerly of Twitter. And they sent me this stuff, showing the quote Stefon Diggs said, which I'm going to read in a few minutes, and also about how, him and CJ Stroud had a little connection that little Pro Bowl weekend, which I didn't see. I don't watch the Pro Bowl stuff since I was a kid. I don't really see the point. But this stuff definitely is good for networking. I definitely do understand that. So I seen the Jamar Chase, CJ Stroud stuff, but obviously he has Joe Burrow. But he might really mean it though. Joe Burrow, the injury history is concerning. So I mean, he might be serious, but obviously it's not going to happen no time soon with Burrow there. But here's the quote from Stefon Diggs that got him this supporter excited about the potential of him coming to the Texans. So this is a quote from Stefon Diggs, verbatim. So I feel like I take it day by day. Obviously, there's a lot of changes going on, a lot of things going on. I can't really put the carriage before the horse. You know what I'm saying? But I got a great offseason in front of me to put a lot of work in and kind of build around what we got and what we're doing. I can't tell you what the future holds, but I'm still being me. End quote from Stefon Diggs. Like I said, and plus the pictures and the videos of him with CJ Stroud, and also the smaller YouTube accounts, the smaller Twitter accounts, that were, I guess, there or seen or whatever. They're, saying that Stroud and Diggs look friendly. They were talking a lot, chilling together a lot, it's always going to go back to, okay, some recruitment going on. And obviously the Texans need a number one wide receiver. And I know Nico Collins played well this year, but prior to this year, there was no sighting of Nico Collins being this good. So I definitely understand where Texans fans are coming from and saying they don't want a number one wide receiver. I agree. I did a poll, I think last week, on 4 or 5 players that, who should the Texans want to add first? Who's their first option? I did Saquon Barkley, Stefon Diggs, Mike Evans, and Devontae Adams. Some of those guys are trades, some of those guys are free agents. And Saquon Barkley, the running back, won outright on my YouTube poll and my Instagram poll. And I did a video on him as well, discussing the rumor of Saquon to the Texans, and the Texans fans loved it. They ate it up. Most of them want Saquon Barkley. They want a more dynamic running back. So it makes sense. Devin Singletary played well last year, but still left some on the bone to, he's not as dynamic, obviously, as Saquon is. So I did a video covering that. But Stefon was on that list. He got a couple of votes on Instagram and on YouTube. But I don't really love the Stefon move. I would rather go after Mike Evans. I know Evans is a little older, might cost a little more, but Stefon really turned me off as a fan. He's a great player, don't get me wrong, and he's an aging player as well, going on 31. Evans, 31, 32, going on their respective ages. But Evans looks better to me as an aging receiver. He looks better. I think his game translates better, and also the personality, attitude issues. whatever goes on with Stefon every year since the Vikings days, it happens almost every year. We don't know what's going on, especially this past season. The Bills kind of won in spite of him. And I know defenses had a game plan for him still, because you can't really game plan for a team not throwing or not giving to their star receiver. So you have to still game plan for him. But all in all, though, man, like, it was just like, bruh, that was a mess last year. We really need to talk about that more. Like, we don't know what went on. The Bills don't know. Stefon say he don't know. It's just a major disconnect. And imagine that coming to somewhere else. Houston is on a good track. Why would you risk that in bringing in Stefon? So for me personally, I say no to the fit. I would honestly go after Brandon Ayuk from the Niners. If you can go after someone young, hungry, needs his first big contract, I think Brandon Ayuk makes a lot of sense. He's been rumored as well since last summer to be trade rumors this summer, because the Niners' future cap space and all that stuff, and trying to keep their team together. You're gonna need to find someone that's gonna have to move out, and obviously Debo's not going nowhere. Christian McCaffrey isn't going anywhere, so Brandon Ayuk may be the odd man out. We will see what will happen there, but I think Ayuk makes a better fit. The age, the play, the consistency. He's at a spot right now where he's consistent. He's a Pro Bowl caliber player. He's a number one wide receiver, a true number one wide receiver who's a playmaker, shifty, great hands, good route running. Like, he fits the mold, that Stefon Diggs feels as well. Just he's more consistent and younger, and now there's no personality, no personality issues, nothing like that. No super diva issues at wide receiver, So I would say Brandon Ayuk would be my number one option, honestly. Then I would say Mike Evans at wide receiver. I don't want if I'm the Texans, I wouldn't mind trading my first round pick, because a first round pick will be needed to get a guy like Stefon, to get a guy like Devontae Adams. A first round pick would be needed. There's no question about it. First round pick paired with like a mid round pick, third, fourth, fifth, somewhere around that, depending on who you go after. But for Stefon, I would probably say first and a fourth. The age, all that stuff, the salary cap hit, and post June 1st is going to cost $19 million for the Bills to get rid of Stefon. Pre June 1st is going to cost about $27 million. So obviously, no question about it, Stefon will be a post June 1st move. So they have time. If he is going to the Texans, he has time to, see what you can do with the first round pick of the Texans. You got 2 first round picks now. If you're the Bills, if that does happen, both of them are in the 20s. You can maybe move up to get someone you really want, or take 2 rookies and try to fill some roster spots out that you're kind of weak in. So you can replace Stefon with one of those picks, or you can move back, move up, whatever you want to do. So it gives them flexibility and also time to really plan for having 2 first round picks, because you want to make sure you know what you're doing. So obviously June 1st, post June 1st, sometime during pre-draft process, that makes the most sense, to really hone in on who you like for a prospect for your team. So, and also save money. You rather pay a cap hit of $19 million than $27 million. So, no question, Stefon is a post June 1st move. If he is moved, but I think he stays. I think one more year it happens. I think they stay one more year. I think the real question to me is, will they bring back Gabe Davis? Because they've been trying to find a number 2 wide receiver to stick with Stefon. I think Gabe Davis has gotten better over the years, but he's not consistent enough for me personally to be a true number 2 right now. They've been trying to get that for a while, haven't really found an option. So I'd be curious to see if they let Gabe Davis walk. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But as far as Stefon to the Texans, it sounds good. It looks good. I say no personally. I think there's a couple more options that might be better than the Texans, and probably, I think it could be a better fit. And I say Stefon with the Indianapolis Colts. They've been trying to pair Michael Pittman with the true number 2 receiver, or another number 1 also. They have Pierce, the big boy from Cincinnati a couple years ago, to pair with Michael Pittman. That hasn't really worked out. It's really just Pittman. Josh Downs had a decent year last year as well. I like what he did last year. You want to make Richardson a true thrower of the football. I think the Colts make a lot of sense also. They're kind of like a sleeper pick. Pair him with Pittman. That gives Diggs the number one guy. The number two guy he's been asked or needing for a while, in my opinion. But the thing is, can Richardson get the throws and get the ball to Diggs? That's the thing. He looked good last year in certain moments, but he's not a refined passer yet. Josh Allen's past that point where Richardson is, obviously. So, Josh Allen makes the most sense, but it's hard for them to add another guy to bring in with Diggs. So I think the Colts make a lot of sense. I think one more team I have in mind, the Colts. Look at my list. I think the Giants make sense. If the Bills can get back Dexter Lawrence, if they want to give up him for Stefon Diggs plus a pick or something, like a fifth round pick or something, that wouldn't be bad. But Stefon in New York might be crazy though. Well, in mainstream New York, I know Buffalo's in New York, but mainstream New York Stefon might be wild. So we'll see. We'll see how everything shakes out and turns out. But Texans and the Bills, I say no for Stefon going to the Texans. I like Stefon with another team that's more needy. The Colts, the Giants, something like that, and the Texans go after Saquon or Devontae Adams or Mike Evans or Brandon Ayuk, somebody like that. Especially Ayuk, he's the one that's on my short list as like, okay, he's the best available if he's available. I would trade the first and the second for him, first, third for him right away if he's made available by the Niners if I'm the Texans. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.